Getting into real estate can feel impossible if you don't have a lot of money or perfect credit. But what if I told you there's a way to buy properties without stepping into a bank? It's called seller financing, and it's one of the most powerful tools for beginners to break into the market. It's what I used to buy my first several properties when I had nothing. If you've been waiting for the right strategy to start your real estate investing journey, this is it. My name is Andrew Schlagen. For the last decade, I've been buying houses all over the country this way. The first year, I bought 12 houses, and the year after that, I scaled to 50 houses in 52 weeks. And I want to share with you how you can build your portfolio using this seller financing strategy. So what is seller financing? Seller financing is when a property owner agrees to take payments over time from, in this case, you, the buyer. It can be structured a variety of ways, including if the house is free and clear or it has a debt on it, doesn't matter. You can buy the property, agreeing to make payments to the seller or even directly to the bank that has the loan on the house. So how exactly does it work? You just simply find houses that are for sale, either through putting the word out, hey, I'm looking for some houses to buy, and people reach out to you, or Googling, going online and finding houses that are for sale by owner. And I get on the phone with them and I just ask them, hey, I'm interested in buying your house and have a few questions. I start digging into exactly what they are needing, and through a series of dozens or several dozen calls, never fails, somebody tells me they will consider taking payments over time if I will take the house. So exactly what happens next? After they agree to take payments over time, I simply get a verbal agreement on what those terms look like. What's the price of the house going to be? What's the monthly payment going to be? What's the down payment if there is one? What is all of those terms of the house? Whatever you and they agree to is the deal. Then we move forward to closing, which always happens with a real estate attorney. If you're taking notes, write it down. Always close with the real estate attorney. Now, what exactly happens next? Well, the real estate attorney prepares a series of closing documents, including the promissory note and a mortgage. Simply put, that means the seller is now in the position of the bank on the property. So the seller has a note saying you or your company owes the seller, the person who's selling you the house, X dollars to be paid over X time in X amount. So the mortgage is the document that attaches the note that lays out the terms to the house. Now, let me rephrase that. When you agree to pay Bill, the seller, $100,000 for the house in terms of $500 a month over 10 years, there's a note that says you or your company agreed to pay Bill, the seller, $100,000, $500 a month over 10 years. And then there's a mortgage, which is the document recorded downtown that says, hey, your entity owes Mr. Bill $500 a month, a total of $100,000. So now if, God forbid, anything ever happened to the seller, they're protected, their heirs are protected, or whoever they want their future money going to. And then for your sake, if the house ever, God forbid, burns down, you have insurance and Mr. Bill gets paid off. So you're not stuck holding the bag. It's a win for the seller. It's a win for you. All of this comes down to just asking the seller what they want and then sending it over to the closing attorney to make sure that it's all drawn up correctly. So all of this legal jargon, you don't have to worry about. I just want you to have the baseline of understanding that you, the seller, can work out any deal you want, literally anywhere in the country. So a question I often get is, well, how in the world would I ask a seller if they're willing to take payments? And why would somebody do this? Well, I always just approach them with a simple, helpful tone, because ultimately my desire is to serve them anyway, find out their needs. So I just ask the question, hey, what are you asking for the house? Let me ask you this, if I could agree on price and terms, would you entertain giving me some time to pay you off in full? Which opens the line of questioning that can allow you to negotiate the terms that work for both you and the seller in this case. Now the majority of them are going to tell you no. Those are not your prospects. Those are not the people you're going to do business with. It's just the majority of people who want all retail and cash for their house, which can you blame them? Except there is a minority out there for a variety of reasons, whether it be tired landlords, inherited properties, people who are facing foreclosure, just people who want to just net more money over time and love to be the bank. For all sorts of reasons, who are open to this strategy. The key to making this work is understanding the seller's need. If the seller says, hey, I just don't want to get all my cash now because I want to save money on taxes, understand that their need, their problem that you're solving is allowing them to save money on taxes by paying them off over time, delaying them getting all their cash, which is exactly what they need in that case. Whereas somebody else may say, hey, I'm behind on payments 3 months and I just need you to bring my mortgage current and you can have the house. And somebody else may say, hey, I have this property, I inherited it, it needs updated, I don't have the money to fix it, please take it. You can pay me later or pay me over the months. All of this comes back to you asking the question, Are you willing to give me time to pay you off in full if we agree on the terms? So how do we offer favorable terms? Well, it comes down to we really don't make offers. We ask the sellers what they need, and then we see if we can give it to them. Maybe they're stuck on a certain price, but they're willing to give you 30 years to pay it off. Maybe you can still make that deal a win. Or maybe they're stuck on a certain payment plan. Maybe they're stuck on a certain amount every single month, but they're willing to give you a big discount on the price. All of this will come down to you making sure that it's a good deal. What's a good deal? A deal that I'm certain I can get more for rent than I am paying out to the seller for the property. This is all going to come down to asking great questions, understanding what the seller needs, and structuring it in a way that's a win for them and a win for you. Gets them to their desired outcome and you to your desired outcome, and this is only going to happen by asking great questions. So finding deals, finding sellers who are willing to give you time to pay them off, and structuring terms that are win-win scenarios is what has built my wealth astronomically beyond what I could have imagined, and can do the same for you. And I'm sure you have some questions rolling through your mind. Just type them in the comments. I'm going to be answering every single one of them. If you've liked this content, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.